welcome back. Welcome to a new program. Welcome to class 601. September. Yes, see you in September. It's good to be here again. It's good to see you again. It's been, let's see, July and August. I didn't see you. Yeah. I didn't see Marta. We were not working together, but now we're back together. We're back together again. We're back together again. Estamos de nuevo juntos. We are back together again. Contracción, we're back together again. We're back together again. I'm so glad that we're back together again. Can you believe it? Class 601. We're going to continue until class 6001. Yeah, the never-ending story of English. You will never escape the need to improve your English. Quitar la espina, sacar la espina clavada. You know, it takes 6,000 hours. Besides, I had a conversation with God, and God told me, he said, Richard, you need to continue. You need to continue until the Spanish people know English well. I said, my God, it's going to take forever. Well, I'm going to give you a dispensation. You will continue living in good health until the Spanish people learn English well. Oh, wow. You mean I'm going to live 1,000 years? Maybe. And so, you see, my life, my longevity depends on you. If all the people in Spain, from Cabo de Gata, Finisterre, and from El Alto Ampurdán to, to Tarifa, if they learn English, then I will die when that happens. But so I think I'm going to live forever. I'm going to live forever like Freddie Mercury. I want to live forever. All right. Are you ready? Let's start. Paragraphs. You remember the book? Do you remember this book? This book is designed for listening comprehension. It's not designed for oral reproduction. This book is designed for you to improve your ear. In the future, very soon, there will be a new book. 3 new books. Optional, of course, but recommendable. And there's one similar to this, but shorter paragraphs and easier grammatically, but more important for speaking. And it's to improve your fluency. All right. So, shall we start? Paragraph number 116. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Children are like tape recorders. They record everything you say in private and then play it back to everyone in public. This is true. Yeah, this is true. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. Yeah. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Yeah. Children are like tape recorders. They record everything you say in private and then play it back to everyone in public. This is true sometimes. You need to be careful. For example, imagine Marta. Well, Marta is a little boy. Eh? He's 4 years old, right? Now, imagine that Marta at home says to her husband, estoy más harto del Vaughan ese de grabar sus programas. And imagine little Victor hears this. And so one day, 3 weeks later, I go and visit Marta in her house. And Victor says, Marta says, Victor, this is Richard. I said, el que estás harta de. Just calla. You say, that can happen. This can happen. So you need to be careful what you say around little children because they can repeat it later in public. I know one very terrible case. I had a student in the 1970s, 1977, 1978, etc. And he received for Christmas, un jamón. So somebody sent him as a gift a ham, Spanish ham, you know. Pero estaba malo. They opened it and said, oh. And so he said, you know, we need to send a ham to a friend of ours. Let's wrap this ham and send it to our friends, and they will have the same experience. Oh, they sent it. Okay. Now, the little boy, maybe 4 years old, like your Victor, you know, he heard this and he was observing. About 6 months later, 6 meses, those people were visiting. And the little boy said, es a donde mandamos el jabón malo. So you see, so you need to be careful. You understand? So this says, you shouldn't have said that. No tenías que haber dicho eso delante de Danny. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Children are like tape recorders. A tape recorder, this is an old word. Tape recorder is un magnetophone. Children are like tape recorders. They record, graban. They record everything you say in private and then play it back to everyone in public. You understand? Now you understand. Is Victor this way? You need to be careful with Victor. All right? Little children will repeat things. So you need to be careful what you say. You shouldn't have said, no debiste decir, o no debías de haber dicho eso. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that with Daniel, el travieso, no? Danny in the room. You shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You know how, ya sabes cómo le gusta. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Papá ha dicho, papá ha dicho. Okay. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Children are like tape recorders. Tape is cinta, de cassette en este caso. Tape recorder es una grabadora. Children are like tape recorders. They record. Record es grabar. También es documentar, históricamente record. They record everything you say in private and then play it back. Lo reproducen. They play it back, el playback. Se dice playback too. They play it back to everyone in public. So you need to be careful. All right, you shouldn't have said that with Danny in the room. You know how he likes to repeat things you say. Children are like tape recorders. They record everything you say in private and then play it back to everyone in public. All right. Which is true sometimes. It's true sometimes. I don't remember having that problem. I don't remember. And I don't know if you've had that problem, but you need to be careful nevertheless. No obstante, hay que tener cierto cuidado. All right, paragraph 117. Are you ready? Thanks a lot for the advice. It came in pretty handy. Next time, why don't you come along with me? Yeah, I'm sure we could make a really good team. I would explain the technical details and you would give the moral encouragement. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. All right. These paragraphs are for understanding, I repeat. These paragraphs are for understanding. Now, I'm going to dissect. I dissect every paragraph. Disecciono cada párrafo. I dissectar. I dissect every paragraph. However, this book is for listening comprehension, not for oral reproduction. Thanks a lot for the advice. Thanks a lot for the advice. It came in pretty handy. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the advice. Muchas gracias por el consejo, o los consejos. Vinieron muy bien. Resultaron muy útiles. They came in handy. To come in handy, to come in handy. Esta expresión es súper socorrida y súper corriente. To come in handy. Come in handy. To come in handy. Resultar útil. Comes in handy. Estos lápices, these pencils, have come in handy, very handy. They've come in really handy for me, for teaching English. These pencils, to come in handy. And this has come in really handy. Realmente útiles. Yes. Thanks a lot for the advice. Thanks a lot for the advice. Esta persona dice thanks a lot for the advice. I don't want you to say thanks a lot. Don't use it. Say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Why? Because if you make a mistake on the intonation with thanks a lot, it sounds sarcastic. Muchas gracias, macho. Vaya faena que me has hecho. Muchas gracias. Es este tipo de sarcasmo con gracia, la idea de dar las gracias. Muchas gracias. Vaya faena. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We don't, okay. So you need to be careful. Thanks a lot means muchas gracias. De forma sincera. Si la entonación es la correcta. But you're not a native speaker. And so you need to be careful. You could make a mistake on intonation. And it could sound sarcastic. Say, thank you very much. I recommend only thank you and thank you very much. I don't recommend thanks, and I don't recommend thanks a lot for non-native speakers. Because thanks and thanks a lot requires native command of the language, native spontaneity with the language. Thanks. Thanks a lot. So you say thank you or thank you very much. Gracias. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Y olvida thanks y thanks a lot al hablar. All right? So, pero aquí dice thanks a lot, porque es un nativo quien habla. Thanks a lot for the advice. Hey, thanks a lot for the advice. Muchas gracias por los consejos. Advice siempre es singular. Advice es incontable. Thanks a lot for the advice. It came in really handy. It came in pretty handy. Ha resultado bastante útil. Ha resultado. O han resultado los consejos. It came in pretty handy. Pretty handy. Yes. And with the girls be handy. Next time, la próxima vez, why don't you come along with me? ¿Por qué no te vienes? Why don't you? Carmenchu? Why don't you? Why don't you? Es el segundo hijo de Carmenchu. Después de aren't you? Don't you? Why don't you come along with me? Next time, the next time. Lo más correcto es the next time. Pero en aras de eficiencia decimos next time. Next time, why don't you come along with me? Next time, why don't you come along with me? I'm sure we could make a good team. I'm sure we could make a good team. En español, los equipos se forman. En inglés se hacen. To form a good team, también se dice form en inglés. To make a good team podríamos formar muy buen equipo, tú y yo. Yeah. ¿Por qué no te vienes a próxima vez? Gracias por el consejo. Ha resultado súper útil o bastante útil. ¿Por qué no te vienes a próxima vez? Podríamos formar un excelente equipo. Look, thanks a lot for the advice. Thanks a lot for the advice. It really came in handy. Dice, it came in pretty handy, bastante útil. It came in pretty handy. Next time, why don't you come along with me? Come along with me. Te vienes conmigo. Why don't you come along with me? Why don't you? Why don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Why don't you come along with me? Yeah, we could make a good team. We could make a good team. I'm sure. Estoy seguro aquí. I'm sure we could make a good team. I would explain the technical details. I would. Esto es ya condicional. Caso hipotético de que formemos un equipo en el futuro. I would explain, X con X sonora. I would explain. Español decís explicar, como si fuera un S, es un X, explicar. I would explain the technical details, and you would give the moral encouragement. El aliento, el ánimo moral. Sí, compra estos libros. They're very good. They will change. I'll talk about, this book helps you in this aspect of the technical language. This book helps you in this other aspect. Yeah, it's true what he says, but really, you will love these books. Yeah, technically they're very good, as Richard says, but you'll love these books, and they will help you. They will motivate you. So I'm giving moral aliento y ánimo moral. All right. Yeah, buy them, buy the books. I'm giving you moral encouragement. To encourage is animar. Sí puedes aprender, sí puedes. Estás perfectamente capacitado. I'm encouraging you to make an effort. I'm encouraging you. Now, levantar los ánimos de alguien cabizbajo y meditabundo. ¿O es cabizbundo y meditabajo? No, cabizbajo y meditabundo. All right. Cabizbundo. No, cabizbajo. You're, okay, some depressed. And say, anímate. Cheer up. Entonces, te estoy levantando los ánimos. Y el ánima. I'm cheering you up. I'm cheering you up. But el aliento y el ánimo natural, quiero animaros a todos a comprar los libros y sacarlos el mayor provecho. I'm encouraging you. No estáis cabizbajos con el inglés. I'm encouraging you. I'm giving you encouragement. Encouragement. All right, encourage. En medio de encourage tienes la palabra courage, que se traduce como coraje, pero coraje en el sentido de ánimo de seguir adelante y hacer el esfuerzo. Courage. Courage es valor y valentía también. Courage. To encourage. So, I'm sure we could make a good team. I would explain the technical details and you would give the moral encouragement. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. I bet. A que podríamos mejorar las ventas. Apuesto a que podríamos. Apuesto a que. I bet. Bet es apostar en los casinos. You go to the casino, you bet money to bet. Se usa bet a lot in English. I bet. Se usa 1000 veces más que en español el verbo apostar. Apuesto a qué. Me apuesto a qué. I bet you haven't. Aquí no has comprado el libro. Aquí no. I bet you haven't bought the books. I bet. Now, él dice, aquí podríamos aumentar las ventas en más de un 20%. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%, by more than 20%. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. Yes. Thanks a lot for the advice. Gracias por los consejos. Thanks a lot. Muchas gracias por los consejos. Thanks a lot for the advice. It came in pretty handy. Resultó bastante útil, ojo. It came in pretty handy. Yes. Next time, why don't you come along with me? Yeah. I'm sure we could make a good team. I would explain the technical details and you would give the moral encouragement. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. I bet we could increase our sales by over 20%. All right. Where are we now? Focus pack. Learn to speak up. Do you remember from the previous programs? Learn to speak up. Page 114, list 22. The present perfect versus the simple past. No han venido. They haven't come. Pero número uno no es no han venido. Es cuándo han venido. ¿Cuándo han venido? When did they come? O sea, ¿cuándo vinieron? Porque ya están. Han venido ya. Están aquí. Entonces es pasado simple. Cuando han venido en inglés es when did they? When did they come? Las ventas subieron el año pasado. Sales went up last year. Or sales rose last year. Or sales increased last year. Probably the most common is sales went up. Sales went up last year. Sales went up. La T de went se come aquí. Sales went up. Sales went up last year. Yo me como la T de went. Sales went up last year. Sales rose. Sunrise, the sun rose yesterday. Yes, the sun didn't rise this morning for some reason. Yeah. Sales went up last year. ¿Quién lo ha hecho? Who did it? O sea, ¿quién lo hizo? Who did it? ¿Quién lo hizo? ¿Quién lo ha hecho? ¿Quién lo ha hecho? Yeah. La puerta está rota. Alguien rompió la... ¿Quién lo ha hecho? En inglés, ¿quién lo hizo? Who did it? En español también es así. Who did it? Who did it? ¿A dónde le han llevado? Where did they take him? Porque ya está taken. Where did they take him? Se han marchado. They left. Claro, en español se usa el pretérito perfecto. Se han marchado. En inglés se fueron. They left. Se marcharon. They left. They left. ¿Quién ha dejado esto aquí? Who left? O sea, ¿quién dejó? Como un asturiano diría, ¿quién dejó esto aquí? Who left this here? Pues hablamos en inglés como los asturianos, ¿ok? Inglés asturiano. Asturian English. Who left this here? ¿Quién ha dejado esto aquí? Who left this here? Who left this here? All right. ¿Por qué no lo has hecho todavía? Why haven't you done it yet? Aquí es presente perfecto. Porque yet. Todavía no se ha hecho. Why haven't you done it yet? Why haven't you done it yet? Yes. There's a little note here. Why haven't you done it yet? ¿Por qué no lo hiciste ayer? Why didn't you do it yesterday? Why haven't you done it today? Yet? Why didn't you do it? Didn't you? Tercer hijo de Carmenchu. Why didn't you do it yesterday? Why haven't you? Cuarto hijo de Carmenchu. Why haven't you done it yet? Haven't you? Why haven't you? ¿Por qué no has? Haven't. Why haven't you done it yet? Yet. Yellow yedre, yet. Why didn't you do it yesterday? Alguien te ha llamado. Someone called you. No sé si someone has called you. Oh, no, se puede, con cazador se puede decir, ¿eh? Alguien te ha llamado todos los días en lo que va de semana. Someone has called you every day so far this week. And probably tomorrow somebody will call you. Someone has called you every day this week. Pero, oye, alguien te ha llamado, ¿eh? Somebody called you. Yeah, who? Somebody called you. All right. Ha habido varios incendios este año. There have been several fires this year. There have been. Porque this year es un periodo de tiempo vigente aún. There have been several fires this year. No hubo incendios el pasado año. There weren't any fires last year. There weren't any fires last year, but there have been some fires this year. Several fires this year. El examen ha sido fácil. The test was easy. The exam was easy. Test or exam? The test was easy. The exam was easy. The exam was easy. Yes. La última lista ha sido difícil, ¿eh? La última lista ha sido difícil. Para mí es incorrecto en castellano hablar así, pero se habla así. La última lista ha sido difícil. Pero la última lista, hemos terminado. The last list fue difícil. The last list was difficult, or dice easy. No, the last list was difficult. This list is easy. So far, this list has been easy. This list is easy, que conste. Es fácil. O por lo menos hasta ahora va siendo fácil. Up to now, it has been easy. Now, the last list was difficult. The last list was difficult. All right. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué pasó? In English, ¿qué pasó? What happened? What has happened? No existe en inglés que yo sepa. What has happened? What has happened? What has happened to Mary? ¿Qué pasó? No, what happened? What happened? What happened? ¿Has oído esta canción? Have you heard this song? What song? Around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. Have you heard that song? Yeah. And the mulberry bush is el arbustito, el arbusto. Mulberry is la morera, de moras. Around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. El mono perseguía a la comadreja. Yeah. Around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought it was a joke. Pop goes the weasel, etc. All right. ¿Has oído esta canción? Have you heard this song? El accidente ha ocurrido a las 10:30. Okay, the accident happened. Pasado simple. Siempre pasado. Porque a las 10:30, ahora no son las 10:30. The accident happened at 10:30. Han llegado demasiado tarde. They arrived too late. They arrived too late to continue with this list. I have to go. Well, welcome to class 601. We've started again. See you in 602.